Are you thinking about moving to Spain? How do you choose where to live? Here is the ultimate checklist of the 20 things you need to consider. Part 2. And there's an extra bonus thing at the end, so stick around for that. Number 11. Head versus heart. If you're the sort of person who makes decisions based on their emotions and how a place feels, then when you're looking around Spain, take someone with you who thinks with their head and has seen parts 1 and 2 of this video series, so they can be the practical one. Number 12. Check it out. You have to be here in Spain to get the full picture of what it's like in different areas. Looking on property websites and watching TV programs only gives you a small part of the picture, and that's from someone else's perspective. It's remarkable what having your feet on the streets of a place can have on your priorities and how much it narrows down your search. Number 13. Internet. Having a fast and reliable internet service was high on my tick list for obvious reasons. Have a think about where it sits on yours. A lot of Spanish villages, even the remote ones, have fibre broadband, but there are places where you're reduced to a very limited service. Even if you're happy to be far from anyone else, being cut off from family, friends and emergency services might be a step too far. Number 14. Facilities and amenities. Consider how far you want to be from your nearest shops, like the local bakery, the fruit and veg market, the butchers, the shoe shops, the clothes shops and the supermarket. Then there's the notary, the bank, the post office, the courier pickup point, your gestor, your doctor, and of course, where's your nearest restaurant or cafe? Some of those you'll need to be closer than others because you'll need them more often. Number 15. Airports. Whether you're going to be travelling about or not, being in Spain means you're going to get visitors. So, being close to an international airport that has direct flights from where they live can make a big difference to how many and how often they come. If you want them to come at all, of course. Right, we're halfway through part 1. Click on the like button if this video is useful to you. And if you think I've missed anything out that's important to you, put it in the comments and I'll make a part 3. Moving on. Number 16. Geography. Where do you feel most comfortable? In the mountains? Down by the sea? Do you have any difficulties with mobility? If so, a mountain village with steep streets might not be your cup of tea. If you get car sick or you're afraid of heights, then you should probably stay away from the Pueblo Blancos in their hills with their precarious roads and cliffs. Number 17. Culture. Spain is full of culture and history, so you don't have to travel too far to find it. But if you want to visit the places where there's loads of it, then do your research and live near the city where your favourite events, museums, architecture and galleries are. Number 18. Family. When you decide to move to a different country from your family, but you still want to see them, then you'll need to consider a combination of number 13's good internet, number 15's airport and number 4's roads to make sure you have access to all of them and you can stay in contact. And bear in mind number 6's winter as well. Some flight destinations only operate from spring to autumn. 2 more to go in part 2. Subscribe to YouTooSpain to see part 1 and to check out all of the other really useful and entertaining videos. And there's a live show every Saturday, plus my thrilling video diary every Friday about living here in Spain. There are so many entertaining answers on YouTooSpain that you need. Number 19. A crystal ball. It pays to look ahead 5 or even 10 years and ask yourself what you'll be doing then or what could go wrong. You may be a relatively fit 65, but in 10 years a lot can change. You've just got to look at my situation to understand why you need to consider the many possibilities, some of them worse than others, and make some decisions now to put yourself in a position to be able to deal with them. Number 20. Cost of living. There's quite a difference in cost of living between the big cities and the small villages. Not only that, but everyone's lifestyle is so different that it's almost impossible to compare your budget to anyone else's. But you can at least be fairly sure that the bigger the place you live, the more it's going to cost you for the basics and for meals out and for rent and everything else. Utility bills can vary as well, considerably actually, depending on what you use. It took nearly a year for us to get used to what it all costs and how to reduce the bills by quite a lot. Bonus! Here's one extra bonus thought for you. Remember, you're in a foreign country, and however much you liked it here when you're on holiday, when reality smacks you in the face and you realise that some things work quite differently here and you haven't quite reached the point where you can have a successful argument in Spanish, you'll be glad you watched these 2 videos with their 21 pearls of wisdom and thanked me by buyingmeacoffee.com via the link below or the QR code up here. So that's part 2. There are lots more answers where these came from. Just ask your questions in the comments below. See you on the next video. Peace and love, peas and fluff. Let's dance.